Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome to another call sheet breakdown, and this is a special one as we prepare for Sunday's wildcard playoff game in Buffalo. It's going to be a cold day up on the lake, and we're going to look at Pittsburgh's key to success on offense, which is going to revolve around their run game with 30 to 35 mile an hour winds and a chilly day. It's going to be a tough one throwing the football. That's not what the Steelers want to do anyway on offense. They want to run the ball. And in order to do that, man, they're going to really need to slow down a very fast Buffalo Bills defense. And we're going to look at in this breakdown how they can do that. Specifically, Pittsburgh's key to success on offense against Buffalo in slowing down that Bills defense will revolve around their use of misdirection, specifically the split zone play, the play action pass off of it, and the trap scheme, and then mixing that with some old school power football. Specifically the duo play, running right at the Bills, right? So let's take a look at that Buffalo defense. When we say the Bills are a fast defense, what are we talking about? Specifically, they get off the ball well up front, and they can really run at the second level. Here's Buffalo against Miami the other night. Look at the speed that they have here at the second level. This is going to be a toss play from the Dolphins, right, where the back's going to go here. And these Buffalo linebackers are really going to run to the ball, man. They are speedy. They can fill gaps quickly. And unless you create some sort of misdirection, right, or some sort of eye candy for the linebackers to slow them down, they're going to get there in a heartbeat. Look, I mean, this is just a full flow toss play. Everybody's going in the same direction. Lead back, toss, nothing to hold those backers. And they get downhill and they run. So how do you do it? How do you hold Buffalo's backers? How do you slow them down? Well, the Steelers can take a lesson from the Philadelphia Eagles in that regard. If you go back to Philadelphia's victory over Buffalo back in November, the Eagles ran for 185 yards, and they did so employing some schemes that the Steelers commonly use. The split zone scheme is one of them. So in split zone, you're going to get movement across the ball. In this instance, you'll see a motion man going this way, and then all the linemen are going to block back the other way. The back's going to look to hit it up and get in behind the lineman. But the key to this play is the fact that the motion going one way and all the linemen blocking the other has a significant effect on the ability of these linebackers to read. On this play, watch how all the Buffalo backers begin to move with the motion. They begin to move to their left. The back enters in that direction and then cuts back, and the motion really has an effect upon their ability to fill. And so to slow these guys down, again, you're going to have to give them some looks like this, right? You see those backers hopping over, and that forces the safety to come down, right? You know, this safety, who's lined up all the way back here to start the play as a too high safety, he's got to get all the way down in the box to fit the run and then make a sound tackle. And that's going to be tough. Again, motion, everybody bumps over, forcing that safety to fill late. All right, he's got to take on an offensive lineman, and that's a nice run for the Eagles. Here's another look, this one from the end zone. This is a different split zone run play. On this one, right, you're going to get all the Eagles linemen blocking to their left. And then here comes the split zone action, right, with the H-back kicking back away from the play. The running back's going to hit it right up in here. And you're going to see Buffalo struggle to fit this run effectively. So here go the Eagles. There's the kickback. And they hit that thing, Kenneth Gainwell, right up there in the A-gap. But when we watch this again, watch the difficulty this creates in the run fits for Buffalo. Buffalo's got a problem right here because they got multiple defenders all filling the same gap. There you got two defenders in the same gap. Here you got two defenders in the same gap, right? You've got an unblocked gap or an unfilled gap here. You got an unfilled gap here, and that's inevitably where Gainwell is going to go, up that unfilled gap. That split action, that cross action of the split zone play really challenges a defense's ability to fit the play properly, right? So Pittsburgh, as we're going to see in a minute, runs the split zone play really well, just like the Eagles do. And it's a play that I anticipate they'll use in great detail against Buffalo on Sunday. But another nice complement to the split zone play, another way that you can slow down a speedy defense like Buffalo's is by working some play action off of that. So here you're going to get that same split zone look that we've been seeing from the Eagles, right? All the linemen are going to block back this way. You got a two-back set. This is Gainwell. He's going to lead out here, and you're going to fake a handoff to DeAndre Swift going in this direction. But here's your key man right here. This is your H-back who's been kicking the backside. Now, rather than kick it, he's going to work all the way out into the flat, right? So Smith, the wide receiver, is going to take the coverage out with a little skinny, and Jalen Hurts is going to pull and now boot out, and he'll just dump the ball down into the flat. Really nice little misdirection concept here from Philadelphia. Boot off of the split zone. There's the fake, boot out, H-back wide open in the flat. He gets some nice yak after the player runs over a D-back. Right, one more time. Watch the linebackers here, man. Watch how this action affects them. They're already out the gate. Right, 1, 2, 3. These guys are all moving in that direction. They're all moving to their right with the full flow action. Meanwhile, here comes the H-back. He's going to work all the way across the formation to the backside. Nobody really there to pick him up. Boom, run through the contact. Right, nicely done by Philadelphia. Fortunately, the Pittsburgh Steelers are really good at running some of these concepts that we saw Philadelphia use to exploit Miami, or at least to slow them down. And split zone is one of the best ones that the Steelers run. They ran it really effectively on Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. Here's an example of how the Steelers employ the split zone action. On this play, you're going to get some motion that's going to come across the field, and now everybody's going to work back to their left, everybody up front. Wow, tight end Connor Hayward becomes your kicker, and he now comes all the way across the formation. Here, Najee Harris will start to his left and work this thing back to the right. And again, watch the effect it has on Baltimore's linebackers, who are unable to get downhill quickly because of the split zone action. Here comes your motion man. Everybody works left. And now Harris winding that thing back to the right for a really nice gain. You know, again, watch the linebackers. They bump. They're kind of frozen there. I mean, Patrick Queen's just kind of paralyzed there in the middle of the play. Again, man, watch Patrick Queen here. This is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. And he's just sitting here. He's just sitting, right? He's not reacting. He's caught up in the wash. Right, he can't get over the top because he's just been sort of frozen by all this sort of cross action that the Steelers have thrown at them. Harris out the backside, nice job by Connor Hayward blocking on that play. Here's the same exact play, just to the other side. This is actually the very next play. The Steelers come right back and they do something similar. This time the motion's going to come this way. Now all the blocking will go that way, and here comes Hayward to kick the backside. Harris is now going to start into his right, work back to his left, and then eventually this thing's actually going to wind back to the right again. This is a really nice run here by Harris as he keeps his legs churning. There's the motion. There's the cross action. Harris winds back to his left, and then he just sort of keeps pumping, man, and the O-line chases the play like they've been doing a great job chasing the play and getting blocks down the field, right? Watch guys just staying after blocks, hustling to get blocks. But again, watch the linebackers, man, right? Here's Patrick Queen, right? Patrick Queen, again, one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Najee Harris is across the line of scrimmage, and Patrick Queen is 6 yards deep, right? When you can nullify Patrick Queen's ability to step up into a play and get downhill, you're doing some good things. And obviously, by slowing him down, the Steelers were able to have some success, ran for over 150 yards against the Ravens. Steelers have been averaging 157 rushing yards per game over their last 3 weeks, and they're going to need that against Buffalo on Sunday afternoon. All right, so we showed you the Eagles running some play action off of the split zone. Well, here's the Steelers doing something similar. I know the Steelers don't run a lot of play action. We don't see a lot of it from Pittsburgh, but that doesn't mean that they can't work it. Again, you want to slow down fast linebackers. Here's how you do it, right? Look at all the action going one way. Here's Jaylen Warren. He's going to come this way. Mason Rudolph's going to fake and boot out. All right, and now you're going to get Hayward coming back across the formation, much like Philly did as the Steelers work back and throw the ball in the flat to Hayward. Okay, so this is a nice little game. It's made a little bit more difficult by the fact that Baltimore's end doesn't totally bite the fake. and Hayward catches the ball and runs for a first down, right? Here's the problematic defender on this play right here as he kind of gets up the field and makes it a little bit harder on Rudolph to catch a clean edge on his boot. All right, he's got to sort of get rid of the ball, and Hayward's not able to get as far down the field as he wants. But the thing that makes this play exciting is this. Watch the potential here. This is big Darnell Washington crossing the field behind the linebackers. Watch him on the crossing route. If the Steelers can do a little bit better job of sealing the edge up here, right? Sealing that edge to allow a little bit of a deeper drop and Rudolph to get his feet set, he's going to be able to throw that ball to the deeper crosser. And that's really got some yak possibilities, some big play possibilities. All right. Again, man, look at Washington wide open right there in the middle of the field. Unfortunately, this kind of screws it up. But if again, you can seal that edge a little bit better, now you got that deep crosser, and you can use Washington. Maybe you want to bring a wide receiver from a different formation into that area. But this is something Pittsburgh's got to be able to exploit. Buffalo, again, is a fast flow defense. They run to the ball, and the Steelers got to slow them down. This is a nice way to do it. Another nice way to do it, the old school trap play. Steelers ran it to perfection for a touchdown. This is an influence trap. The guy who's going to get trapped right here is the defensive tackle, Justin, I can't pronounce your last name. Justin M. All right, that's all I'm going to call him, right? And you're going to see him get knocked on his butt as Broderick Jones climbs up to block the linebacker. James Daniels influences out. Mason Cole blocking back. And then here comes Big Isaac Seumalo, and he's going to flatten the defensive tackle on the influence trap. So if the defensive linemen are really getting off the ball, how do you slow them down? Trap their butts. And this is beautiful, right? Watch this. Watch Seumalo come across. Mason Rudolph makes sure everybody gets the call. Snap. Boom. Pancake. Najee Harris into the end zone. Thing of beauty. Again, man, defensive line getting off the ball really fast, right? They're being problematic. They're trying to split double teams. Trap them. That'll slow their butts down, right? Put a guy on his back like that. It'll slow him down in a hurry. Heck of a block there by Seumalo. And then the other thing that you can do is this. I alluded to this in the beginning. Okay, so it's all nice. You do a little bit of the smoke and mirrors to slow guys down. But at the end of the day, man, Buffalo is not huge up front, and their linebackers are not real big. Their linebackers average about 6'1", 225. Run the ball at them, man. Run it right down their throat. And the Steelers have been good at that as well. And they've been really good running one of my favorite plays in football. I profiled it a little bit last week. Duo, right? Duo, which is really just you're looking for an old school double team. Here it's going to come here. Everybody working down, up, down, inside. Okay, working down. It's a little bit like a wedge scheme. And your back is just going to hit it right up in there. He's really looking to wind it back to the play side. That's what makes it a little bit different from inside zone. Inside zone hits backside. This one hits play side, right? But you'll see the Steelers, man, run this really well right up the gut as everybody works down. Double team from Seumalo and Dan Moore Jr. Watch Seumalo again when we run this through again. Watch him block the linebacker with one hand. Watch him double on the 3-tech. And now look at this. With one hand, moving the linebacker out of there. Look at the line surge the Steelers get. Watch the Steelers blow Baltimore off the football. They're just pushing the pile. Najee Harris is 3 yards past the line of scrimmage before he gets touched. Right? The Steelers are going to need this play against Buffalo because I think they're the more physical team. Right? If you watch the national championship game between Washington and Michigan on Monday night, you saw a ton of duo. Right? Here's Michigan running duo for a touchdown in the first quarter. Michigan ran duo like they invented the play. And why did they run it? Because they knew they were the bigger, more physical football team. They put their big guys in unbalanced formations. They got off the ball. They fired off. They knocked Washington off the football. And they used that formula to run for over 300 yards en route to a national championship win. So if the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat Buffalo on Sunday, they're going to have to slow down that speedy defense from the Bills. Obviously, the Steelers have to do some things on defense to slow Buffalo down as well. But here we're just talking about Pittsburgh's offense. And the key to success for the Steelers on offense against Buffalo is slow the Bills down by using misdirection and playing some power football. All right. Let's hope it's a great one. Let's hope we're back here celebrating an exciting win. Good luck, Steeler fans. Get those towels twirling. I'll talk to you soon. This is Kevin Smith. This has been another Call Sheet Breakdown.